Tia Robles, Chica de la Ola Ola, you're facing off against Tiffany Avatar, Kaiju Pro Wrestling. What are your thoughts going into that match?
First of all, this should come as no surprise as I had won the #1 contendership back in March. And you guys know the Phoenix title is blue, and I have a beautiful red belt from Warrior Breed Wrestling. And you guys know red, blue, and the star of the island, La Chica del Ola Ola, would make a great flag of representation carrying more titles back home. God knows that title seriously needs a vacation with me.
All right, so what are your thoughts for Tiffany?
She's the cotton candy princess. She's so used to getting sweet and everything. She's gonna get cavities not only on her tooth, but she's gonna get a really, really bad heartache when she loses that title. So girl, I don't even know why you're trying. Like, you're double shotted. What are you doing?
All right, make sure you get your tickets for Kaiju Pro Wrestling in Bristol, Connecticut.
You better get your tickets.
Who taught you how to rap?
Well, I spent some time working at McDonald's, and part of like their training is like you gotta take the things and you gotta like fold them the right way, you gotta wrap them the right way. So like I didn't last very long, as you could tell. I just wasn't. It wasn't for me. Like it wasn't for me. It's not for everybody. I'm currently jobless outside professional wrestling, so I really hope that this takes off because the cardboard box like just isn't keeping me insulated at night anymore.
You need to put your priorities in.
You think I should go back to McDonald's?
No.
You think Ronald will take me back? Ronald.
Grimace.
Yeah. Well, Grimace is working with the Mets now. So do you think I could get a job with the Mets?
Probably
get a good job with
probably
the Mets?
be in the starting lineup for the Mets.
Starting lineup for the Mets? I'll take that. I'll take that.
I don't think that's going to work.
You don't think that's why don't you think it's gonna work?
I don't think it's going to work. Anyway. All right, so Tiffany Avatar just lost the Goddesses of War championship, and I heard she went to, Lucky Leo's, to sulk in the candy stuff. So let's go see how she's going. What the hell? Tiffany, are you all right, Tiffany?
Is that my buddy?
What happened? You lost the title.
She poisoned my lollipop, smashed me over the head with it. I don't have my title anymore, buddy. I can't go home. I can't go to Candyland. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna lay here, okay?
Oh, okay. All right, Tiff. All right. Man, that Amity, she's really tough. Wait, what? What the hell?
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me earlier.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take Kale?
Dude, goodbye. Whip wreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest. Get my earplugs on.
No.
You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people.
Dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
We're gonna have the new Starlet champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
Finisher is called the Shadow Ban, and I was like, that's kind of.
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I got some very special guests. Maybe a little bit too scary for me. But let me introduce to you the modern day monsters. First up, the Warwolf and
What's up,
Morrow. What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
Are you all right down there?
Oh, I'm never all right. A lot of people are very concerned with my mental well-being. So,
all right. I mean, I know
man, we
therapists.
appreciate you bringing us on.
Hey, I appreciate you guys doing here. So tell me first of all, how you guys formed this tag team.
Go ahead,
you want
Marl.
me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, both of us were running at this one show, OCW, Out of Control Wrestling, in Hoxie, Arkansas, and we both, I'd been there about a year or so, and we'd pretty much done everything there we could do. So one day I think we were just messing around. And I made a crack. I was like, "Hey Bruce, me and you should just start tagging and just go beat up all these kids because we're old." And legitimately, Bruce was like, "Yeah, that might be fun." And I think the next week we started tagging, and we've been running together for right at a year now.
Yeah, right at a year.
Okay,
But,
all right.
yeah, it just out of a joke, and it just started working.
That's awesome. Good stuff, man. Now, together as a tag team, what do you think has been you guys' most difficult match you've had, and with who? You haven't had a difficult match?
No, not really a difficult match.
Destroyed everybody.
Not trying to toot our horn or anything, but a lot of guys call us the Arkansas Legion of Doom. So we go out there and we Draven is Morrow is coined a phrase, we maul them all. So
yeah, we're brawlers. We're not flashy. There's nothing pretty about what we do. So it's usually a lot of fun. We just go out there and hit people.
Nice.
Right.
Now, we maul them all. Is that a shirt? Like, is there a shirt like that?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's in the works. Our first official shirt is a throwback to the 80s horror sticker on the VHS tapes.
Serena, the booker, was talking about your shirt, and now I get to see it. Yo, that shirt is really dope.
Yeah,
I like that.
We don't have them online right now because the site that we were using went, but we're hoping that we can get some stuff going.
What's up, Draco?
Draco, the last dragon.
You need to talk to that guy too.
Oh, he's been on twice.
Okay. If you can say if you haven't talked to him, he is a talented kid.
He really is. 100%.
And I didn't know that. I honestly, this isn't no shade or nothing like that. I didn't know about this podcast until recently. Somebody told me about it. So I went and found you. And I started going through all your stuff. I guess I hadn't found him on there.
That's awesome. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. It really does. It means I'm doing something right. I don't do a lot right in my personal life, but I guess I'm doing something right here.
Right.
Now, Serena's got a question. How was your experience at the SOM Tag Team Tournament?
Bruce, go ahead, man.
Honestly, it was a really, really great experience. Mark, what's going on, brother? So we get there, and obviously we don't know that we only know one tag team. Out of the 16 teams, we only know one tag team, and that was the Storybook Heroes. And we just got there, and it was so cool to be a part of just the whole experience was just great. Everybody was just doing their best for wrestling. So, for me, that was just, a whole locker room full of like-minded guys and girls. And it was just,
that's
one thing. Killer time.
That's one thing that I really enjoyed about it was you had guys from all different levels. You had,
Zero ego.
Yeah, there was all different levels, even up to EC3. EC3 did. There was no ego I saw whatsoever. The guys that are only a year or so in, guys like us that, we kind of call ourselves kind of the middle of the road guys or whatnot, to high level guy, there was no egos, no drama, no BS. It just everybody trying to make the show better. And I absolutely loved my experience there personally.
That's awesome. Ray Ivy's in the chat. Love being in the ring, both these guys.
I've been around that guy
since
I started.
So yeah, the atmosphere was really amazing at the School of Morton. The everybody was welcoming and everybody was super cool. And I've done tag tournaments before where it's all about I'm the best and I'm better than you and I've been wrestling longer or I've wrestled in more big places. But I mean, all of this was just a complete 3 days of of no egos. And like Morrow said, it was really refreshing to see that.
Okay, now let's go back in the beginning of time a little bit. How did each of you fall in love with professional wrestling?
So growing up, a huge fan of the 80s and early 90s wrestling. Just the heroes, the faces were superheroes, the heels were super villains. Colors, it was bright colors, and everything was put on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You had your Hulkamania that was just going wild and
Running wild.
running wild, for lack of a better word. And you had all of these characters that just every time they were on, it was just a crazy experience. So growing up in the 80s, it was really cool to see live action superheroes, in my opinion. Me and my dad, we used to watch wrestling religiously. Grandpa, we used to watch religiously. So it was just the whole experience.
Okay, Morrow.
Very similar, growing up, in the 80s, my dad, and I just showed my age right there. Watching it with my dad as well, especially like my dad's favorite wrestler of all time was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And just getting to see like the emotion of my dad was not an emotional guy or anything like that. But when wrestling was on, that's some dude, he was all in it, just getting, the getting into it, getting pissed off, whatever, seeing that emotion. And I was like, man, one of these days, I want to be that guy that that creates that emotional connection. And I mean, it took me a while because I actually didn't start training till I was 33. So I kind of came in a little bit later age than a lot of people do.
Right.
I'm 43 now, coming up on 10 years actually doing it. But that was the main thing, was just seeing my dad, how he reacted to it, just made me want to be that guy.
Okay. Well, you look great for 43, man.
It's makeup. It's makeup. I promise, it's makeup.
Oh, look at
he got all dolled up for this.
You ain't seen me try to walk across the room.
You guys know Walker 13, right?
Oh, dude, I absolutely love him.
Okay, because he says Morrow smells like old farts.
I didn't see that pop up.
It's on the Instagram. You can't translate the comments.
Doing our stuff and all, I never did connect it to Instagram, so I didn't know if it pulls up or not. Freaking Walker. I'm going to kick him in the face.
Serena says congrats on 10 years.
Not quite there. Not quite there. Got to February.
He's close.
So
Walker says now he feels bad.
He should.
He should, right? He should feel terrible.
I met Walker. I'd only been. This is a funny story for me because me and Walker have talked about this before. I met Walker. I'd only been doing it like 2 years maybe, and met him down in Mississippi at EPW, and him and another guy, Andy Mack, were in the ring working on some stuff, and I kind of got in there. I was like, hey man, why don't you try that? We started working on a couple of things. And years later, he said that, it was so awesome to see a vet, take interest and try to help me out. And I was like, Walker, dude, you've been doing this longer than me. What the hell are you talking about?
It's just because of the grays, man. That's it.
Yeah, it's the gray beard.
I think you've been doing it so long with the grays.
Hey, Ray, kiss my butt.
Ray says we're all old, Jay. We can still hang.
Hey, but he's got a point. He's got a point. I have a lot of people ask me why I don't color their grays, and I'm like, because it fools the young cats.
Well, and it costs. That's a lot of hair dye.
That is a lot of hair dye. Walker says he loves both you guys, though.
Oh yeah,
we love
Walker,
him,
man. That dude's awesome.
Now I can't help but notice, Warwolf, your background. You're talking about my stuff over there, wrestling figs, man. What you got over there?
So, I don't have a cool setup like Morrow has. I'm literally sitting in my bedroom. Me and my wife, in September, we celebrate 23 years of marriage. So
That's awesome.
we have completely bisected the bedroom. My half of the room, there's action figures literally from like where you see that shirt there.
Uh-huh.
That is the dead center of our bedroom. And then the rest going all the way around to the back of the to the TV actually is just uh, action figures galore. I'm a huge enthusiast. I call myself an action figure geek.
Right.
I've got wrestling figures obviously, and I'm a big collector of Masters of the Universe, classic and the Origins figures, because the Origins figures, they're just like the classic figures, only there's way more articulation. So
Right. Well,
I
what
don't
do you
want to
got?
bore any. I don't want to bore anybody to death. I could talk about this for days.
Oh man, you're not boring me, that's for sure. Who do you got back there?
So like at the top, I got all my classics. I've got two Dusty Rhodes. I got him in the yellow and black, and then him in the
Uh-huh.
red and black. I've got the Ultimate Warrior final appearance. Mae Young,
Wow.
signed Jerry Lawler, Jake the Snake Roberts. Got a Harley Race classics, Jack's Pacific, and then I got my Ronda Rouseys and Roddy Piper's, Beth Phoenix, Ultimate Warrior with Dingo Warrior face. That's the best one in my opinion.
Oh wow.
China, got
That
Andre the
Andre?
Giant. Yeah, that's Andre. And then just a lot of ones. I like to buy the first in the lines.
Me too.
I'm a big fan of Divas figures. I don't think that they're pushed enough.
I believe that too. I have ton of them. Ton of first time in the lines.
So my wife, she really hooks me up when there's she understands how I feel about the female wrestlers. You can have 6 John Cenas in one series, and then like the next series maybe get one female. They don't really show them the love. I guess they think that they don't draw or whatever.
Now
Uh,
I'm a big Funko guy, as you could tell, and I got this one, Zelina Vega.
oh, sweet.
That's a good one.
I do the Funkos, but mine are all horror movie related. I really don't collect. Like I got a bunch of wrestling figures, but they're like the ones like Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, Brody Lee. Those.
I got you covered on horror.
I don't.
Oh, the Crooked Man. Oh, sweet.
That's what I've been looking for.
It's funny because I had my friend on Tiffany last night. She's like, "Oh, we were talking about Funko." She said, "Oh, they came out with the Crooked Man." I just pulled it up right here because I had it with me.
Oh man, yeah, I haven't. Man, it's hard to find like in regular stores anymore. Like me and my wife, one day, we had done a show down in Texarkana, and so on the way back, we hit every Walmart between there and our house,
right?
And like we came home with like 40 horror movie Funko.
Dude, that is a wrestling trip and a half right there.
Is it?
Three
when you can? Well, no. I'm saying like when you can go hit a show and then like hit up all the stores in between.
Right. Like, I do the same thing. I go to like Targets and WalMarts around looking for figs.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Once the local places burn out, then you got to let them cool off for a bit, and then they get some cool figures.
Yeah. I think my favorite horror one I have for Morrow is a signed John Carpenter Michael Myers pop.
Oh
Dude.
wow.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Oh man, I've got a Michael Myers, but it's one of those bigger ones, like the big monster size.
Yeah, the jumbo
Funkos.
ones. Yeah.
And then I've got one that's a glow in the dark one. But like majority of your main horror characters, Pinhead, Freddy, Jason, Leatherface. Right. I've got at least one of all of those, and I've got a bunch of different sets and stuff like that. But that's all. See, here's the difference between me and Bruce. Bruce got half the bedroom. I had to buy a whole building just to do my stuff, and I ain't got my walls finished yet. So, I've got, like a little section over there, but you can see the back wall still barren. Then I've got my bookshelf and my pocket watch collection, and then just open space. You know,
I haven't done enough honeydew items to get a man space yet.
I just did it. I didn't ask.
Yeah, my wife toys around with the idea of giving me one of those, but I'm like, I find a reason why she doesn't need to buy me one, because then all my stuff will go out there, and I'll probably have a futon that she'll make me live in it.
Well, and this worked out good for me though, because I've also got a little area set up over here. So when we do our SDU stuff, Fred's got, my buddy Fred that lives with me. He's got a place where he's got his own camera and microphone set up and everything. So
Now, what figure of Werewolf are you looking for right now? That's on your list. As I choke over here.
Man, well, it's not a wrestling figure. I'm on the hunt for an original '81 Stratos figure from Master of the Universe. I've gotten quite a few originals. Like I said, my wife, like when she goes to like a yard sale or a flea market or a store that has stuff like that, she tends to put the Master of the Universe in the buggy. So I've gotten several figures that I didn't have before. I'm also looking for a classic Grayskull. That's just,
oh man,
I do this.
I had one of those as a kid.
So like I've got a mental checklist of figures that I wanted as a kid but didn't have or couldn't find. Like my cousin, all the figures that I wanted, my cousin ended up finding or getting, and like I got to actually play with those, but never got to own them. So it's in my head. There's a mental checklist. So.
Okay, someone needs to take my cards away so I don't buy no more.
Right. Same here. But no,
I started collecting belts too, wrestling belts.
Oh wow! I may eventually get on that before too long. I know a guy that has several.
It's a bad habit. Don't do it.
I just want my wife not to watch this.
Right, don't watch this. Is right. All right, let's go back into wrestling. Let's talk about tag teams you want to wrestle that you haven't wrestled before. Who are they?
Oh my gosh, I've got a laundry list. Morrow, how about you?
One of the ones I definitely want to be able to, the Void.
Yes.
Nate and Zodiac, and then
yes.
And then Eric Fallon's in there too. Any combination of those three, I would love to work with them. Me and Zodi got to do a little bit of something at the tag tournament during the seminar part, and man, we got done, dude. It was like a minute and a half. We were both so blowed up from just going at it. And he's like, "Man, we got to do that for real sometime." Definitely, and then there's one that might be a possibility coming up, the Crowleys.
Oh yeah, I'd love to work the Crowleys.
Jackson,
and Abel Booker.
Yeah,
that is definitely for me a bucket list team. But outside of that, really, like around our area, I mean, there's only a handful that we haven't worked with. You got guys like Steel Cross, the Top Guns, LA Hustlers. I've worked with them before in other tag teams, but never with the combination of us.
Right. Me and Jack Parker Jr. We were in a group called Beer 30, and we worked the Hustlers several times, and the Skimahorns. I don't know if you know them. Brad and Briar, Mercury, Lethal Injection, maybe.
Yeah, they're Lethal Injection for a long time.
Maybe.
But Brad is now going by Main Event Bradley.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all
I
right.
love working with those boys.
And I'll add some call outs. FTR, I'm coming for you. You've never wrestled. You've never wrestled a werewolf, so there's a first time for everything.
Hey, you never know what can happen these days. Because we both work on Memphis wrestling as well. We do different characters there. Like I used to wear a mask years ago, and I brought that back for on there. And we got Brother Bruce, we're essentially still the same characters, but just a
Right.
different incarnation. And
So I look
Memphis
at
always brings in a bunch of outside talent, like big names.
so on Memphis television, I look at myself sort of like the werewolf priest from Silver Bullet.
Yeah,
minus the fangs and the fur. So
All right. That's pretty dope.
it's a character that I've been developing over the past couple of years, and it's not a bad gig over there.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, match you want to be in that you haven't been in yet as a tag team?
Do you mean like a style of match or
Any type of match.
really? I mean, ain't a whole
Okay,
lot
so
like that.
Have you done it all?
Almost. A match that I don't know if I've ever seen this before. A four corners dog collar match.
Ooh.
I know that's really technical. Like there's a lot of moving parts in there, but I think if done right as a tag team, it could be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you're talking about like all four connected in the middle by like a ring, or all four chains connected instead of the double dog collar. But
Yeah,
it's interesting concept.
Wow, that would
Man,
be interesting. Yeah.
I'd probably be the one that would end up falling over and getting choked out.
So the object of the game is to not get choked out.
That is the object. That's right. Robert Fulton says, "Love you guys. Tell Dustin you guys should be triple tag team champs."
I've put our names in the hats for a couple of different things. Right now we're just running wild on the scenery of Memphis wrestling. So
All right. What about traveling? You guys want to go to any other states outside your area that you haven't been to?
oh, absolutely. I wanna travel all over. I want to go far and wide. So we got a lot of really good contacts at the School of Morton. Sorry, I have a pack of wild dogs in my house.
It's all good. I have a pack of wildcats.
So we got a lot of really good contacts at the School of Morton. Really put our best foot forward and just made a good impression on a lot of guys up there. And you know, one of the teams, the Void, really took a liking to them, and we really would like to work them in their home state and just travel as far and as wide as we can.
What's their home state?
I believe it's Ohio.
I think so.
I believe they're in Ohio. I'd love to make a run in New York, Mark.
Yeah, Mark, send us some tickets.
Yeah, just send us an address. We'll get there.
I like to see you guys up here in New York because I'm in New York. I'm in Long Island.
Oh, right on.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I thought I told that. Mark's up in that area too. That dude right there, you get friends with Mark right there, that dude will share everything you got. That dude is awesome.
He does.
He promotes the crap out of everything.
He really does, and I appreciate him for sharing and being a part of Beyond the Barricade. He's been on a couple of times with some guests.
Oh, sweet!
Heck yeah,
that I've had, and I'm excited, man. That
I
the
know,
podcast is growing. Actually, my podcast is growing, and I'm excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
What we've been working on that as well.
Dude, I've seen like once we found out about the Beyond the Barricade and we started like watching, like you're making the rounds, dude. It's really super cool. And I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but I mean that's just.
Listen, man. To me, it amazes me sometimes. Like I went to St. Louis for Fan Fest 2 from SICW Wrestling. And someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, I've heard of you and I've seen your stuff. You're doing a good job." I'm like, "Man, that's awesome. That means a lot." You know,
Yeah,
I made the trek all the way out there. And it wasn't cheap going out there.
Oh, no. Absolutely.
I think I spent like $2,000 getting there, back, hotel, car, all that stuff, man. Yeah, just a plane fare was like $400 something from New York.
Good Lord.
I know. It's actually cheaper for me to go to Vegas than it is to go to St. Louis, man.
Oh my Lord. Well, I can see that. My wife got family out in Nevada, so it's cheaper for me too.
How much is my plane trip from here to there was like $180. How much would it cost for you?
It's been a while since we went up there. Round trip for me, my wife, and our daughter was like, I think it was like 700 round
That's,
trip.
that's
So
not bad for all three.
yeah, and this was the last time we all went out there. This was like in 2018, I think 2017,
Right.
2018, something like that. So my wife went out there a little bit more recently, but I don't remember what the hell we spent.
Daniel Lopez says, "Do you both remember the first time I've seen you all?"
Daniel, how are we gonna know when you seen us? Come on, you dork. Oh, I love Daniel. He's a good dude, man. He that dude will ride his bicycle.
Yeah, he's told us.
Miles and miles to shows.
He's told us.
He is an awesome guy.
Oh, that's
awesome.
cardio. It's perfect.
It's
Perfect
perfect.
cardio.
He's like, don't tempt me. I'll ride my bike down there. I'm like, what?
That dude has his leg muscles so strong he'll kick shit out of you. You never get up.
Probably. Rob wants to know if you guys been on EPW.
Years ago.
Yeah, years ago we were on EPW. I've talked to the promoter out there about getting us on. The distance is
guy.
always a factor.
We like Bruce, you ran down there when you and Jack were still
Yeah.
right? And then I went down there like that's when I met Walker. Was during like my first couple years. This was like it was still the same setup, but it was completely different management and stuff like that. It was years ago. But man, them guys are making some good moves. I'm really happy to see how
Right.
Yeah, I'm happy to watch some of this stuff and how they're growing. Like I said, I met Neil through here, and they got some good stuff going on there. Some good talent.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
He is. He really is. All right, guys. Favorite food you guys are eating?
So
fat and hungry all the time.
What's up, Roland?
That's one of my best friends in the world right now. That's my brother right there. So
what's up, Roland? Now, go ahead.
So being a Marine, I have developed the ability to eat the same thing over and over again and not get tired of it. But I don't have a specific. I guess I don't have a specific like thing I could eat. I could eat whatever. I'm not picky. But road trips.
Gas station food all the time.
Yeah, gas station food. Sometimes we, after shows, we'll stop and we'll eat at Waffle House. My
wife absolutely loves that. My wife is a cook at Waffle House, so that's why that's funny.
Oh man,
it's usually the only thing open by the time we're
right.
By the time you guys get out, huh? Mark said Waffle House is a must. Fred Sames, what's up? The city should go Chicago, Houston, LA. He wants to see all those cities.
That's the dude that lives here. That's my little brother there. He's a butthole, and I'm surprised he knew how to spell Chicago.
Michael says Morrow versus Ray Ivy 2.
What? Wait, what? 2? Dude, we done worked like 15,000 times. How's it?
Yeah, it wouldn't be 2. It'd be like one of the Fast and Furious movies. I think they're on like 11 now.
Oh man,
which I'm not crapping on.
All right.
So I always had great chemistry with Ray. We just go out there and beat the crap out of each other. So.
Serena's got a question for you guys. What if you go back to one era of wrestling? Which era would it be?
Oh well, I think I answered.
What? You answered it.
What?
80s, 90s.
Either one.
Watch or work. Yeah.
Bro, we're wrestlers. There ain't no way I'm going back to just watching. Once you take a peek behind the curtain, you can never go back.
Oh yeah, it is so hard to discuss wrestling with casual fans anymore.
That's DJ Hyde, DJ Mike. Okay.
Yeah. I know it's still the same character though, just without the mask. That was my original gimmick name, Cataclysm.
Mike, we're up to number 12.
12. Yeah, I think we're on 12 now. So for me, definitely the 80s and early 90s. For me, just the That's my love. That's when I fell in love with it. That's when I go to the ring, that's what I try to bring.
Okay. What tag team would you wrestle back then? Would you want to
Well,
get
I
in?
mean, I would definitely have to work the Legion of Doom.
I was gonna say the LOD.
We'd have to see where we stacked up.
Oh, my jaw hurt just thinking about that.
I'm a glutton. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love to work the Heart Foundation. That would be super cool. Just Demolition, another awesome tag team from back then.
Man, you're bringing me back.
And I think honestly our style would fit pretty well in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're brawlers, right. Man, in all honesty, mid to late '90s for me, just mainly because I'm a huge Undertaker fan, and just being able to be around that guy and that character. I always liked the darker characters. I've always been drawn to them. So yeah, that would definitely be a must for me.
So Mankind would fit that category.
Mankind, oh my God, yeah, early Mankind, when demented. Oh man, that would be epic.
Oh, we got another comment for you, Rob.
So we tried to add him, and he beat us up.
That was before I came along.
What?
Yeah, we tried to add him, and he beat us up.
Okay.
He didn't beat me up.
Well, I mean, it's because you weren't there yet.
He's proud of that too.
Yeah, I got a pin on him my very first match.
There you go. What about DX Warwolf?
What's
the
up?
Original DX.
Oh, absolutely. Original DX would be a good. Like I said, I'm an 80s and early 90s guy, but I mean it kind of bleeds into the beginnings of the Attitude Era. So I mean, like I would 100% love to work those guys. A throwback team that would be cool to wrestle would be Billy Gunn and Jesse James. That'd be a cool.
Hey, that's the thing. They were notorious for trying to make people break character and stuff.
Right.
And that's it doesn't matter because I laugh all the time anyway.
Well, like that's kind of our forte as well. Like in most matches when we don't have to overthink and overcomplicate things, and we're out there having a fun time. When you have real good chemistry, you can focus on trying to break the ref or trying to get your opponents to break character.
Like they hit me in the stomach, and I got an eyeball tattooed on my stomach. They hit me in the stomach. I can't see. I've got several people with that one.
That's awesome.
I love bringing the fans along on the journey. I feel like they don't just buy a seat. They buy an opportunity for an experience. So I love including the fans.
I agree. They're buying that experience and to just get away from reality for a couple hours.
Right. I probably started doing this werewolf gimmick probably about 7, 8 years ago, and it's a completely different werewolf than it was supposed to start out to be. But I had this saying early on, like, you may not believe werewolves are real, but I'll make you believe I am. It's a play on the you may not believe wrestling's real, but I'll make you believe I am kind of thing. And it's a fun time, man. The suspension of belief, and that's a shoot. Yeah.
All right. So tell me, what does the rest of the year hold for you guys before we go into some of the events you got coming up?
I just actually got to looking at our schedule, and we have 7 dates that aren't filled total for the rest of the year.
Wow.
Though. They probably will.
Great.
I don't doubt that they will be filled before too long. But
I sent our schedule to a couple people today. So.
Well, good. We'll
Awesome.
see. We'll see where that lands us.
But over September 7th. That's the big one.
Right. So yeah, this weekend, we've got there's that beautiful bean footage.
There's your bookage right there. Book us today. The Modern Day Monsters. limited dates available for the rest of the year. There it
So
is.
this
Drag Me
one
to
is
Hell.
the Drag Me to Hell Patrol, September 7th. This show, TAC Wrestling is
That's a lot of fun.
it is. It's a whole experience. It's Arkansas's own pro wrestling gorilla. The fans are right on the ring. The atmosphere is just intense. Vino's Pizza Pub and Brewery, they have a tradition of having like an indie punk rock. Just their whole atmosphere and scene is just indie punk rock. And in my opinion, wrestling culture and indie punk rock culture,
Wow.
it's a lot of the same. They draw a lot of the same energy, and so they bring a lot of the same energy. So when you put a whole show together inside the back of a bar, it's so crazy.
Look at that.
Such a super fun time.
Put over some of the matches.
What are some of the matches? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, he wants me to go over some of the matches. So
Put over the matches.
Well,
Go ahead,
right.
go
I'm
ahead.
working on that. So we've got. I'm trying to find them. Sorry, I'm wholly unprepared.
We're in a tag match.
So the modern day monsters face at the moment, and hopefully for a long time. I am the king of the monsters. I am the heavyweight champion of TAC wrestling. My tag partner Morrow. We are going to be in a tag match on the 7th against the fully gifted athletes FGA, William Blackwell, one of the most talented guys in Arkansas, and his equally talented partner Grayson Beckett. Those guys. It's going to be a fist fight. Yeah, we're gonna have to be as tough and as thick skinned as we always are, because we're going to be fighting tooth and nail. That's going to be the tag match. There's going to be
nail. I ain't got a whole lot of teeth.
There's going to be a death match. Arkansas's.
No, it's an Arkansas.
It's an Arkansas death match. There's going to be a Diamond State Championship Wrestling North American title match, which is going to be phenomenal. Xander Gold.
Yes, Serena, they do.
So the death match, the Arkansas death match, is going to be Hell Patrol's Buddy Lloyd, Buddy Babcock, and Tyler Gillespie.
Okay. Now look at that at Memphis Wrestling Sunday, August 25th. Man.
I am excited about that.
I'm really nervous about that.
Wow.
Sandman's coming to whip somebody's ass.
Yikes. Morrow's excited.
I'm very excited. I was a big ECW fan.
Same here. Absolutely. Really super cool.
Recently, getting to meet like Rhino and Tommy Dreamer and all of them. Now, if they brought Raven, I don't think I'd be able to speak, because that's one of my all-time he is one of my all-time favorites.
I don't blame you.
Down.
Oh yeah, that was an old so that was an old Beer 30 design that we were gonna do. I drew that up for the tag team. Luckily FGA they actually took the Beavis and Butthead and made it their own. So so a design that wasn't really I wish I had a picture to share of theirs.
That's pretty cool.
That was old us. Yeah, it was super cool.
It's funny that I got that today, because I just saw they announced some more Beavis and Butthead pops coming out.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm excited, and then this is what I got left.
That is an old picture of me and Jack. Look at that small beard I've got.
Oh man, I was looking at that small gut.
No, that was probably. You shut your mouth, David. That was probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Leanne loves you guys. Oh man, that's great.
I know I'm weird.
Oh man, I love it, man. I love you guys, man. I had such a great time talking to you guys. Let everybody know we get those shirts, man, because I want a shirt.
So as of right now, we don't have them online.
We just
We
have 'em
are
at
working
shows.
on a pro wrestling tees account. We have them in person, so I would love for y'all guys to come see us live.
We got
I usually
bunch of
oh, God.
Memphis stuff.
Yeah, we got
got-
Memphis shows coming up. We've got,
We got some APW.
yeah, we've got
we
some APW. We've got
OCW.
some OCW, some 100 wrestling.
Man, you guys are
OCW.
busy.
Well, yeah.
Now it's hard for me to come get a shirt. I'm all the way in New York.
Yeah. So if you just hit us up on Facebook or something, and we can send you one.
Yeah, hit Bruce up because he's got them with him. I don't have them with me.
Okay, I'm gonna have to hit you up, man. I need a shirt.
We'll get the silver Sharpie out and we'll sign it somewhere inconspicuous so you can
Awesome.
so you can rock it at all your shows and tell people to book the Modern Day Monsters.
I will. I'll definitely rock it at some of the shows I
Yeah.
go to.
If you don't just get us, you also get my wife.
Oh, absolutely, and
Morta,
she's
the
a
hardcore queen of Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
she is a beast. That's why she's one of our monsters.
I got lippy with the other night. That's why I'm missing teeth.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Me and my friends always just get the shirt. Oh yeah, Serena definitely wants a shirt, so she's got local friends out there who will probably see you guys.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
I got friends, but they're not local over there.
Ow.
All right. As for me, what do I got going on? Man, I got a lot going on actually. This weekend, I got Titan Championship Wrestling presents Seaside Showdown 2 Tidal Wave right on the boardwalk at Beachcomber Bar and Grill on Seaside Heights. My pal PJ Savage, front and center, the TCW champion, is in the main event against Frankie Picard, who is the celebrity boxing champion.
Oh.
So a lot of stuff happening. And then between 12 and 1, I'll be doing a live co-podcast with Around the Ropes podcast. Who's going to stop by? Well, we already know that Tiffany Avatar will stopping by, Blocks, Amity LaVey, and others from that event. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm heading down to Bristol, Connecticut for Kaiju Pro Wrestling's Rumble in the Jungle, August 25th at 2 p.m. Make sure you get your tickets for that. I have Trigger Bohannon coming up next Thursday. Check him out. He hardly does any podcasts, and he's coming on the podcast. I got the MCW champion, Gio Savage, tomorrow night.
Yeah, I seen that today, and I had to react to that. I love Gio. He's my guy.
He's coming up. Also, Isaiah Wolf, right up here from the Northeast, will be on tomorrow. He's competing this Saturday. Oh, that's good. That's good. He's competing this Saturday at NYWC's Hotter Than Hell. Unfortunately, I will not be there because I'll be in New Jersey at Seaside Heights, but come check them out if you're in the Long Island area. Make sure you support NYWC. And then I'm doing NWA week next week because they're coming to Philly. So it's close enough to me.
The Country Gentlemen are a class act. Awesome
and guess
guys.
what? They are coming on next week on Thursday. AJ and Casey Kazana, my pals, they're returning. I love them all. They're awesome. I can't wait to talk about that. And AJ's tour in the UK he's got coming up. And I have, of course, Billy Corgan's going to be making a special announcement at Philly. So make sure you get your tickets for that. And I have Adriana Mosley, who's going to be in the Burke Invitational Gauntlet, making her NWA first-time appearance. She's coming on next Friday at 9 p.m.
Nice.
We've had her on before. I'm so excited for her to be part of NWA. And, I'm happy to have NWA week.
Hell yeah.
That was a lot. And they're coming up here to Queens, New York next month.
Oh, sweet. Oh, my gosh. Kenzie Page, she is a beast.
She is awesome.
Kenzie Page, she is the women's champion.
She was at the tournament. Yeah, she was just strong, real strong. I mean, if there was one word to describe her, strong.
Yeah.
Kenzie Page, yeah. I mean, she's getting recognized very
Yeah,
much.
there's a reason. There's a reason why she's the women's heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her sister's really good too.
Oh yeah,
Kylie.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've seen her in action up here in the Northeast.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So yeah, and the Slime Balls were part of NWA. They're up from the Northeast too. I see them.
right. I'd like to wrestle those guys.
Oh, they're really
Slime
really
versus
good.
monsters. Be a
They're
good
really
match.
good. Oh, what's this? Things are looking pretty monstrous here. Uh-oh.
Ugly Steve.
And thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
Oh,
Thanks for
problem.
having us, man. I had an absolute blast. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, I had a blast, and you definitely guys got to come back.
Oh, just
for
let
sure.
us know, man. Just let us know.
All right, we should do like a special Halloween episode.
I like that.
All right?
I like that. I'll get all dressed up.
All right, awesome. Everybody, thank you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow night with Isaiah Wolf and Geo Savage. Thank you and have a good night. Thank you for the support. Make sure you subscribe to all my channels. Trying to grow my YouTube even more. I'm at 550 and climbing. So thank you very much. And let's keep it going.